Well, this is fun, isn't it? Wow. Welcome, Oliver Fenton, who's just got in from pumpkin carving with his daughter. And damn these charts. Yes, I've actually just been doing, well, not with my daughter, but I've been doing some pumpkin carving tonight as well. What a nice, wholesome activity again. And yeah, just finished, had something to eat, and had alerts all over my phone. Seeing that, yeah, we've taken these lows. I had like a bunch of resting limit orders down here. I'd taken this short earlier and managed to get like a really nice entry on that. And my take profit level was like here. I was like, oh yeah, this would be a good point to go long again if we take liquidity at the lows. But yeah, I took profit and then just came into my longs that were just stacked down here. I had a couple of them fill. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's mad. So ETH's probably going to make an all-time high tonight, just because of all of this nonsense. So we'll cover that on here, and this really could be that liquidity grab that we need for everything just to go nuts again at this point. We'll see. But ETH's, again, we're seeing a big injection of volume across everything. Not so much on Ethereum actually, but we'll see. I'm looking for Ethereum possibly to break all-time highs tonight, and a decent injection of volume for Bitcoin. Let's see what we get. That's if we get follow through, of course. We have to get follow through on this, and then we can see if ETH can get this move up, which it does look like it's doing. This was all so coordinated. It was amazing. Like, just the exit out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, like at exactly the same point, and the fact that this was clearly planned. Okay, when did people start stacking their orders? Was about 6 p.m. this evening. What happened exactly 1 hour later? So this is Binance, exactly 1 hour before the move. FTX again, just before the move. Okay, targets down here. And I know Bybit for sure had some huge market orders pulled off during this whole move. Again, BitMEX, they're waiting for this move as we go down. So very coordinated. Really good fun. and we're back at the daily point of control. This is amazing. This is so good. I was not expecting this at all today. Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, once again, long positions wrecked. Amazing. Liquidated. Actually, I shouldn't say that if I'm live on stream, because sorry, I'm sure there are probably some people that got liquidated from that move down, but it's yeah, it's just one of those things, and it's really quite cool to see. So yeah, certain people were stopped. I'm sure there are some people up at these highs that got liquidated, and luckily for us, or well, I say luckily for us, but it's not at all lucky because this is what we do. We were prepared for some. Well, we weren't really prepared for this. I thought it would come down a bit lower, but short off of the highs, golden pocket, pretty simple stuff. Okay, we can just have a look here. Came into the golden pocket, had some nice excess at the highs, good little spike in volume, very simple short to take, and then as soon as you lost this trend, it was just down from there. Crap TA plus cancer PA. Fine, always I don't know what you're on about, man. Jacob, yeah, the templates you can't. I still don't think there's a way to share a template on here. I may be wrong. Um, so yeah, I might take a short again in a minute. We'll see how this plays out. Let's just come up onto here. We shall watch this. The Oliverse, nice 1-inch trade. Thank you very much. Thank you. David was at a dance class with my aunt. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, if anyone managed to catch this move and actually get into a trade on it, like without limit orders just being placed there, because this was a level that you could have been looking at for long positions, then congrats. I need to reload this. I've got no liquidations on here. I want to see the liquidations. Show me them. There we go. There are our liquidations. There's our massive spike in open interest. And then Binance just completely wrecked. Yeah. Max Adler, as a crew member, we can learn everything about TA from the basics, right? So that we can become at least near to your skills. Yeah, like we've. And could you do TA? Say something nice and then ask me to do TA on BZRX. Yes, I will do some TA on BZRX in a minute. And yeah, for like the crew membership, I don't know. Are you asking this as someone who wants to join crew or someone that is crew? I don't recognize your name, so I'm guessing Max. Do we have a Max? I don't think we have a Max. We used to have a Max. But yeah, basically with the crew membership, we do teach all the TA basics, but it's very much like a focus on like the application of the TA and how you trade it. So a lot of the basic stuff is just things that I go over on stream anyway, and I'm always happy to explain that. I am doing this like beginners series on YouTube, which is there. I've still got a lot more videos to do on that. But we do have a lot more of like the advanced TA. There's loads of people within the community that can help you out on all of the basic kind of things. We've got everyone from like really beginner traders all the way up to like super advanced professional traders within the group. So yeah, absolutely no reason why you can't become successful with trading within like a few months or something. So we've got people in, again, like there's loads of examples of people within the crew that have been here like just a few months and they're smashing it, like really, really smashing it. So yeah, I think it's time in front of the screen is always going to be a help, but if you can have that guidance within a community, then that's what really helps, and just understanding how you trade this stuff. Like anyone can pull a fib level, anyone can know how to draw a fixed range or find a point of control, all that kind of thing, but it's how you actually trade that in real time that makes a difference, because so many people just get stuck analyzing and trading in hindsight, and yeah, we're more on like the application of it. Gunnar, next time we're in Zoom, I'll show you the OBV thing I discovered. I actually predicted this move by Bybit stopping out everyone on Binance. It's insane. I'd definitely like to take a look at that. I remember we were talking about that on the onboarding call. I think, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did. And yeah, that would be really interesting to see. Because OBV isn't something I use a lot of, but I'm guessing what you're saying is that the OBV on Binance was probably going a bit crazy. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. Ignore the RSI and the MACD. I'm going to see if I can figure out what you may have been looking at, just very briefly. Let's keep it on a 5-minute time frame, and let's see the move that we've had on here. And let's just go on to perps. Can I figure it out? No, all I can really read into this is that Binance were more bullish than other exchanges on this move up, which means, yeah, if you're looking at the volume coming in on the exchange, you're seeing this as more. I don't know. I don't use it enough. I don't use it enough. It was here, wasn't it? Was there? Did we get divergence on? Try and find this. No, I think that looks just like normal price action to me. Nope. Nope, you got me. Yeah, OBV is cool. It's just yeah, not something I use, but I'll be really interested to hear your the clue is in the consolidation range, not after the move up at 58k. Okay, I'm looking at totally the wrong thing. Once more. What time frame? Ah, I'll try this another time. But yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, basically for me, it was a case of, okay, uptrend. What we had here was weekly open. As soon as you start to put in this and it looks like we're not really able to, you have a dip below, that should be able to change market structure and move price higher. As soon as that happens, it's just like, right, okay, we need a bit more liquidity. And then that's exactly what happens. So this here being, like we're looking at like 1 hour before, it looks like this was a bit of a test. So let's test this. Let's test the liquidity below. Let's take these lows out. Let's see if it can catch some bids again, if we're going higher. Now, of course, just market makers is probably having a lot of the move. Not too much retail in this at the moment. But have a little test here. Didn't get the reaction, didn't change market structure. And then, okay, we need a bit more liquidity. And that is what happens. So wipe everyone out. 10-minute time frame, yeah. I'm drinking a gin and tonic from a tonic thing. Just because I bullish 4 hour bullish 4 hour hammer candle closed. Yes. Yes. Yeah, very nice close on that 4 hour candle. Weekly level still significant. Okay, golden pocket still significant. So don't get all overly bullish on all of this. Above us, we do have the 786 plus the point of control. So we do have to be aware. Sorry, my chart is just so full of levels at the moment. Did a trading room earlier, and I also was cleaned up my chart and then just threw all these high time frame levels back on, and it's a mess. So much stuff around here. Our point of control has moved down. Okay, that's interesting. When did our point of control move down? Right there. Okay. So we do have high volume node up here. 62,800. If we're going to get another move up, I'd be aware of 62,800. I think that's going to be a significant level. So yeah, something to be aware of. Let's see if this can get continuation. Let's see how ETH is getting on. It'd be nice to get a proper, like, clean, maybe not a clean break of all-time high. I mean, it barely even touched it last time. Max Adler, any example of someone who had no idea of TA and is now a successful trader? Yeah, I think plenty. AJ's just said so. AJ says, I sucked, relied on YouTube and crypto Twitter for calls along with pay groups for signals. This group is a teacher guy to fish sort of thing. Yeah, that's what we try to do. We explain all the theory of everything that we do, and, like, it's not perfect. Trading you can do in many different ways, but it's a style that works for me and it works for a lot of other people around there in the community. And yeah. Kristen, can a golden pocket be used as support or resistance more than once? Yes. So I'd say it would become weaker on each test. So if we're looking at this, for example, on ETH, okay, so we had the 618. And then what you're looking at, so here's just a very quick example. Just large rejection the first time, come back into it, small rejection, break through, and then it starts to hold. You have the added confluence of the daily level here. So yeah, it can act as support and resistance more than once, but you'd be looking at it as weakening each time it gets there. We're potentially breaking through this downtrend as well here. This is all looking very good. Wouldn't it go hungry if there was no fish? Yeah. Ah, Oliver Fenton, thank you very much. Oliver says, Toros is legit, man. Learned more in a week than I did 8 months on my own. Thank you. That's what we try to do. What was I saying? 62,800. I mean, where are we right now? 62,800. Okay, this is the next area. This was our high volume node point of control. Okay, so we're here again already. This is all happening incredibly fast. That was nice. Thanks, Bitcoin. What did I say? Next level to be aware of. Right there. Where do we come into? About $30 off of it. Perfect. And there's another pullback. This is insane. What a move. We've gone down 6% and then up. This must be like 10% move up from the lows now. Almost 9% move from these lows within like a few minutes. How would you read this order flow? Big open interest increase into resistance, but strong move so far. Okay, let's have a look at the order flow on this because I haven't really had a look at. What we'll probably end up seeing is just this being like one of those Darth Maul candle things, and we just settle back around VWAP. So we might just end up settling around like 60,100 on here. That would be quite nice. And then we can move up from there. So 60,100 is now our new point of control. We don't have VWAP there. Apparently we do have VWAP there, but we don't. Oh, this is from a volume chart. So yeah. Open interest. Climbing very nicely. Delta looking pretty good. So let's just take this onto a 5-minute. There it is. I need to see something cleaner. Big move like this is really hard to look at. It looks ugly. That's ridiculous. Yeah, the open interest right now is insane. Right. FTX not so much. So what actually happened here? $77 million. All of this is stop losses and liquidations. You can see not a single buyer. Price came down, so within this 1-minute candle, there was not a single buyer below 60k. It went down another $700. Not one person was able to buy this. This was just stop losses, stop losses, stop losses, stop losses. The whole way down. And then again here, one buyer from 58,000 down to 57,350. That is insane. And now where are we at? So are we seeing a similar thing up at these highs? No, we're not. We're seeing a lot of buying up at these highs. Now, is this going to get continuation? Are these actual... Because the thing is, we're getting buyers from like big players here. So these are buy orders of more than 1 million. Or, well, more than 600k coming in. Continuing to come in. So FTX is the one that's really interesting to me right now. So 40 million, 7 million, 6 million, a few more millions coming in here and there. Let's also add on agro trade. And we can just watch this. We'll see what's coming in. So it seems to me FTX are really, really moving this right now. Again, 600,000 long. All this 186k, 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 186k. Just time and time again buying like, what's that? That's 3 Bitcoin market buys, and then 3 Bitcoin market sells all the time. So there's clearly some bot running on FTX at the moment. Dave Gold, I still had a lonely limit order way down there that filled. Yes, good stuff. That was the same for me. I can just pull it up on here again. I shared it on Discord within the crew chat. I had 2 little lonely limit orders filled from this, and then I had all of these stacked down below in case we came any lower. And this has been there for a few days now, probably more than a few days. I've been looking at those levels for quite some time, and we didn't get them last night. Now we have. We've had that move down. Come on, ETH. ETH's pullback was so nice. Point of control, VWAP. Litecoin. How's my Shiba short? Doing very well, good. Get wrecked, Shiba Inu. Holding the 2. The epic 1-inch trade. Doing alright here. This is still my favorite trade of the year, I think, so far. Just how quickly that happened. 100% in 4 hours. Traded live on the stream. That was very good fun. And like literally, that's where I place my limit orders, and that is the actual second like that I got filled on those limits was the low before the pump. So that I think that's still my favorite trade that I've ever taken live on stream. That was really good fun. And it was so technical. That was really nice. Look at the move. Crazy. BZRX, sorry, yes. Max, tell you what, I'll do BZRX if you join the crew membership. I'll open up the chart and then I'll do some serious TA on it. No, I'll do it because BZRX is when I'm trading. You better join the crew membership, man. We actually covered this again today during the trading room, I think. Wasn't this one of the examples we were looking at? And this is very, very similar to the 1-inch trade. What you'd be wanting to see is a move up, probably take these highs and then get support on the monthly level. And then that would give you a trade up to here. So all I really have on this chart is just these monthly levels, but they're all very significant, okay? So we can just reset, take a look at this. Okay, we're at this monthly high. That one's not significant. What am I talking about? We can remove the stuff in the middle. Here's your range. Okay. So here is the current range that BZRX is in. It is at the monthly level. This is probably the most significant resistance it has on the chart right now. But we're getting close to the end of the month. So if we could get a close above at this point, I would absolutely say that initiates a move up to 68 cents. So that would be a move up on here of a good 75% up, which looks very good. Then if you're taking your fibs from your high to low, you have a bit of confluence with your 0.5 here. You do have to be aware of the 382. Let's go down into some lower time frames. So interestingly enough, it's like between the 114 and the 236, which aren't very big fib levels, but we've kind of got this range between there. So yeah, I'd be looking at a move up on here. I think BZRX looks really good. I think the BTC pair looks quite healthy. It could see another pullback, but volume, it could see another pullback. So yeah, for me to take a trade on this, I think I'd need to see price get continuation up to about 47 cents and then get a pullback into your monthly level at 39 cents. At that point, that would set up a trade from around here. You'd probably just take your invalidation below those lows. You'd want to maintain market structure at that point, and then you could look for a trade up towards this monthly level. That would be the ideal scenario for this, but I'd want to see continuation. Okay, yes, it's claimed this monthly. We are above this monthly level. That's quite significant, but it's still too early to take a trade from. We saw what happened to Bitcoin when it broke through an important level, its all-time high, and then immediately came to backtest it. It just crashed. So there's still that possibility here. If it can get some continuation, I would then look to buy it on a pullback. But I'd want to see it at least take out this high, maybe this high first of all, so that this is no longer deemed as just a deviation up at these highs. You're actually then looking at maybe channeling this and having a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, and then you bring it back in for a higher low. So that's probably what I'd want to see on here. So let's just, again, random squiggly line, screenshot it if you want. Get a move up to here. If it can get some consolidation here, then I think we could get a move up towards 68 cents. That would look very nice. And then, of course, you've got higher targets. Another monthly, you've got your golden pocket. Take your pick. The other thing you do have on this, that too deep? 786? Yeah. No, ignore that. That's bringing out some really bearish targets. Why is it? Why does everyone, will I ever get a stream where someone doesn't talk about GRT? There is one thing that you can always be certain of, is that if certain people certain YouTubers, certain communities start talking about GRT, you just know it's gonna dump. It happens every single time. Every time people long GRT into resistance. It is just sorry. I know you've just said you think you bought a resistance $1. Yeah, sorry about that. I just see it like literally every single time I have a stream. I see someone is like asking about GRT, and I've never known it to do anything other than just wreck people. It's really quite yeah. We had a pump right up into an area that we'd identified as resistance. Okay, that's a daily order block. And since then, it's had a pullback of like, uh, sorry, I don't mean to laugh at people's misfortune, but 20% pullback. Uh, okay, seriously, it's actually looks okay. If it can hold here, it's looking the same as every other altcoin that I was saying. So, what were we just looking at on impartial? I'll bring back my impartial mind again. Sorry, I keep saying. Um, okay, so I'm going to be impartial here. Here's your range. Okay, this is the initial range that was formed. You had a partial retrace. You have a deviation up at the highs. What we come back down into support. Now this did look good at that point. This was golden pocket or something. Now what are you seeing? Like we were looking for on BZRX, this is at that stage. So go back to the BZRX chart. This right here, if BZRX gets that move, is where GRT is right now, or has been. Okay, so you've had that continuation, low, high, higher low, higher high, looking to come back into a higher low. Now what you'd want to be doing is making sure you're maintaining around this zone, which it seems to be doing. So if I'm going to be really impartial on this, there's a good area of support and resistance. This is really wide. Okay, you could pull that all the way down to here. You could have that all the way up here with these as little deviations. So you've got a really, really wide region. But you do have daily levels on this. And let's remove that because we don't need that anymore. If it can hold here, it really, really does look very good. It's taken out these lows, so it's taken stops. It's at a daily level. Oh, man. Actually, I've changed my mind on GRT. Just from looking at this chart. I think you could long this. Yeah, I think you could long this where it is right now and you're looking for continuation of trend. I don't want to be saying that, but there's your invalidation. It's given you an invalidation. This is what we saw on 1 inch. You'd be looking for it to take the highs. It's not the best trade in the world. You'd want to take profit at the golden pocket, which doesn't give you the best risk to reward on this. But yes, this actually looks very good. And if you bought it at $1, I think you'll have a chance to get out in profit because I do think we're likely to see this come up in price. So although I like to talk shit about GRT, genuinely, I think now could finally... Do I say it? Do I say that GRT is looking bullish for the first time in my life? Probably. Because all I've ever done is just... all I've ever done is laugh at people who have been wrecked by it. Because I know people were super bullish on it down here, destroyed. I know people were super bullish on it back here, destroyed. Let me have one more quick look. I think I may have just flipped my bias on this. Weekly level, this is really, really important. That weekly level right there. That gives you a golden pocket. Confluence. Closed above here, good. Pullback, fine. Yeah. I think we're gonna... Are we? Did it take those lows? Yeah. There we go. I think we could see a move up to 1.075. I think it's quite likely we'll see GRT come into this area. If it can hold, maybe do something like this at this point. We're looking at the lower time frames now. If it can take highs, pull back into daily, move up into this area, then you could take a short position, or you'd at the very least you'd take profit. But I'd actually probably say that is the trade now. Oh, it's risky. Let's do it. There's a trade. Can't believe I'm doing a GRT long position. There, yeah, there's a trade. I'm going to post this in crew chat. I've now posted this in the crew chat as, I guess, an official setup, although we don't ever do official setups. It's just stuff that I think looks cool and might work. Non-financial advice. Never any financial advice. I'm just a guy that chats shit on the internet. But I'd like to think I kind of sort of know what I'm doing. GRT Loki stand the greatest. Yeah. Imagine. Ollie, I've just seen your picture of the pumpkins. That's really cute. Oh man. They look great. My girlfriend's done one as a Dachshund because we've got a little Dachshund dog. So she always does a Dachshund one and then I do the scary pumpkins. Stuart Sharp, Luke, try an anchored VWAP from the 29th of September, the start of the impulse. You might be surprised. Yes. I do know. I know already. I'll put it on there. It's there, yeah. Sorry, I'll act surprised. Oh my god, look at that! It's hit the anchored VWAP from the 29th. But yeah, no, that's really cool. We had it hit the monthly VWAP. Like when we had this move down. And yeah, we've just gone straight into that anchored one, which is amazing. I'm not sure if that's on every exchange. I didn't check it on every exchange. Yeah, it was. Really nice. Not on Binance, but Binance can get wrecked anyway. They're just ICP to Jupiter. Is ICP getting a move? Oh man, I'd be so happy if it is. Because I am deep in an ICP position. Polk's moving again. Last chance. Big old bull flag on polka markets. Below the weekly, consolidation below resistance. This is going to melt some faces as soon as this level gets reclaimed. There's my rocket ship ready to go. Non-financial advice. Please do not ape into this. But I'm so bullish on that. Sorry, I was going to look at ICP and then I just noticed my short attention span. Moving nicely. ZCX still pulling back. This is, if you guys aren't in ZCX already, non-financial advice, guy talking nonsense on the internet, this is a really good buy opportunity. Same with QNT, non-financial advice, guy talking nonsense on the internet, really nice buy opportunity. Okay. Sorry if it gets wrecked, like if this doesn't work out, but yeah. Anyway. And this is why you should not take advice from a guy talking nonsense on the internet, because I was long on ICP on this move down, had the nice move up, immediately just retraced the whole thing. So although we may get nice moves up on things, be aware that I'm now underwater on a position on ICP. I'm fine with that. It's a spot trade, so I'm absolutely fine with that, but I am underwater on this at the moment, but that's okay. Doge. I think comp's another one. Oh no, comp I'm just about surviving on. ADA. Low USDT in my next bag. Oh man. Bruh. Here. It's more like it. Big old wedge. Okay, flow's interesting. Okay, so every time it's had a move down, so this is the only way that I would want to buy flow. And let's see. Can anyone, I'm just going to go naked chart. Is anyone seeing like what I'm seeing on this and how you could, okay, I've already drawn the wedge, but what I'm seeing from this is you have, okay, a daily level which had a move down, came in, acted as resistance before initiating another move down. Then once again, this daily level, you move below it, acts as resistance before getting another move down. And now what we're seeing, this daily level on these lows, it's getting squeezed here. So I think at some point this is going to break. But could we be seeing something very similar, where you have a daily level that forms? So like it's seen on this rise, like it saw on this rise, you have a daily level that forms. Could it just come in, test it, fail, drop lower? Yes. Now, if it reclaims, changes market structure, then that suddenly starts to look, once again, really good, because that's something that it hasn't done yet on flow. And then you could look for a break out of the wedge, get an open close above, and take out the highs. So from something technical, that actually looks really good. Oh, there is a public service announcement. Bybit Launchpad, okay? So their next... So, Bybit Launch Pool. Okay, next thing that we're looking at, CBX token on here. This is going to get airdropped to everyone. We're going to have a snapshot at midnight on October the 31st. There will be a snapshot of your Bit token wallet. So if you do hold BitDAO on your spot exchange on Bybit, there will be a snapshot there. You can then choose to subscribe and get the distribution for this CBX token. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at it yet, but they are going to be airdropping this to, well, you can at least stake your Bit token in order to get the CBX token on the Bybit exchange. So again, if anyone wants to participate in this, our Bybit referral is in the link in the description below. I can add this because BitDAO is really nice. Bybit's a really great exchange. BitDAO is a really great token. And they do have, let me just add this onto here. So if you are not signed up to this exchange, this is like my favorite exchange to use. This is the Bybit exchange. They have their own Launchpad on there and they have their own native token. Now, if you buy their native token, which is here, the BitUSDT, okay, you can go on there, you can buy the token. It's what, $2 for a token at the moment. I think you need 50 tokens in order to participate on their Launchpad events. So let's go on to here. Let's take a look at the token. The token itself looks really, really bullish. Okay, we're in a nice range at the moment. It's looks really good. I do think eventually, don't be aware, like it has a very, very high market cap. But if you'd like to participate in this, then I think that's a really good opportunity. So you can stake your Bit tokens in order to receive this CBX token, which I don't know what it is, but I think it will probably do quite well. So there's all the information about that, okay? And also trade on the exchange. We do trading competitions on here all the time, and it's a really, really, really good exchange. Fair enough. So, are you going to buy Truebit or no? I need to explain. I need that explained to me again. Truebit, Truebot, Truebit. Uh, yeah. Mugs, t-shirts, and hoodies coming soon. Really. Ah, I'm just. I still need to do the Taurus meetup, and I still need to do the Taurus merch. I very annoying. I will get around to doing it. We were supposed to do a Taurus meetup this Friday, but I don't think that's going to happen because I haven't organised it. What's Bitcoin doing? Pulling back. Notorious POP. Flash got me. I'm no longer a trader. Now I am a loser. I hope. I really hope it didn't get you too badly because that would really suck. Like, we were aware that price could still come a lot lower than this. We'd taken a short on the trading room, so eek. So I really hope um that isn't the case. You missed the live stream. What are your current thoughts? My current thoughts are hold this weekly level, and I think we could potentially see all-time highs again over the weekend and later in the week. I think ETH looks like it could break all-time highs, possibly overnight. Really, really nice dip, but yeah. Pop, I'm hoping you can respond because you saying you've got wrecked by this flash crash has put me in a bad mood. I'm upset by that because I never like to see that happen to anyone. But I'm just trying to think like there's literally no reason to have been in a long position unless it was like because how could you have even marketed in? Because we had an area identified as possible support, but you couldn't even have. It just didn't give an opportunity to buy it. We were looking at this as being the buy zone with the session VWAP, right? Yeah, right there. Hmm. I guess limit orders and then over leveraged. Oh man, this market. But yeah, if you have been wrecked by this move down, then just take it easy for a bit. I'd say this is part of the market. We see these kind of things happen all the time. We saw it happen. We've seen it happen down here. We've seen it happen here. We've seen it happen here. Take your pick. We saw it happen here. Okay. All of the time, it always recovers the price. Like, you get these big sell-offs, it always recovers, but just don't get overexposed, guys. Come on. Ah. That's the crazy thing. Like, price is higher than it was here. If you just don't allow yourself to get liquidated ever. Oh, all right. Leverage is a bitch. If you don't know how to use it properly. Leverage is amazing if you know how to use it properly, but it's, oh, damn it. Okay, continue. Try to scalp long off of what Crypto Prince said. I'm not even sure what that was. Thing is, when you get a move this fast, like Crypto Prince is like the best for knowing, being on top of his levels all the time. But you just can't legislate, and you've got to be aware that stuff like this can always happen. I don't even know what he did say, because this was like 24 hours ago. The last trade idea from Crypto Prince was here. There's been 24 hours since there's been a trade idea, and since then we've seen a move up of 5%. Market changes itself. Yeah, you can't be looking at ideas that were from this range when price does this. You get an impulse out of a range, all of this stuff goes out the window. Yeah, you could look at it from higher time frame stuff, but you just got to be aware of what's going on all the time. As soon as you move out of this range, forget anything that you were thinking of from it. Like, we were looking for lower prices, and yes, I did buy this dip, but shit. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, well, I'm gonna do a little psychology thing. Is I know there was a leverage killed my dog. Um, okay, I'm not seeing any anything in the chat from Crypto Prince. Maybe he deleted it. Oh man. Ah. Yeah, that's the thing. I know there are some people that got into bad positions up at all-time highs, and if you're one of those people, this goes for, I'd say this probably goes for about half the people watching this, but then maybe not commenting on it. I'm pretty certain there are people that are watching this stream right now. So do let me know if, because I did do a little poll on anyone who got wrecked on this first move down. I'm pretty sure there's a significant amount of people that bought this all-time high retest. And that was, like I was saying during the stream, not a good idea unless you have time and space above it. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that bought this all-time high retest, never had an opportunity to get out, found themselves down here losing a lot of money. So what happens is, if you get liquidated on a move down, if you're over leveraged, you're going to keep doing this. Then what happens, you're trying to fight it constantly, okay? So you have a bias of being long. Okay, Bitcoin's broken all-time high. You have a bias for long positions, and this is what's really dangerous because you can't flip your mind into shorts or into just taking a break. Okay, so an all-time high retest would be okay, but you need time and space above it. You need time and space above any level to retest it in order to let that be valid. You cannot come back into it straight away. So first of all, we've got people that are in bad positions here, weren't exiting because they were thinking, okay, this is amazing, we're going to bounce, we're going to go to 100k, didn't get out of a position, didn't take profit. You have a move down, wrecked. Then what happens during this area is you then start to chase. Okay, you're buying every dip, frantically buying every dip because you still think we're going to all-time high straight away. So frantically buying this dip. Oh look, this is amazing, we've reclaimed this daily level. You buy up here, wrecked. Okay, next thing you see, you have this move up, you create this down at the lows, which again, very nice. Like, this was a dip that I was buying. You have a rise, again, taking out these highs, getting people into long positions, wrecked again. So that's three in a row. And again, if you're short, like, people could think we're breaking down. Last night, I was thinking we were going to break down to lower prices. I was thinking we'd see this daily level. I was thinking we'd see around 56,500, 56,800. I was thinking that was a possibility. So I know this caught a lot of people off guard into short positions at the wrong point. What happens? Wrecked. And just repeats all of that all over again. So if you're in that like bad streak, then just sit back for a minute, just step back from trading, regather your thoughts, just watch the price action for a little bit, and you can do like paper trading or something and just watch what's going on, do your analysis as you normally would, get yourself back into like an analysis mode. Okay, where is price going to go next? What could I do if price goes there? But just take a few days off of trading. You're not going to miss opportunities, all right? There's always another opportunity there, and that's FOMO. If you're trying to chase price all the time because you have one bad trade, it's FOMO. It will always fuck you up, like, properly. And there's no way of escaping that. As soon as you start feeling that emotion and you start chasing the charts, you're gonna get destroyed. The chart will take all of your money. And unfortunately, that will go to people like us who are here planning and preparing. So people who have lost money on this drop, like, I've probably got some of that now, which is a really hard part of trading because for every loser there's a winner, for every winner there's a loser. Yeah, take a step back if you're in a bad streak like this. Keep doing your analysis, keep watching the charts, come back to it when you have a feel for the market again, and you can start to predict where things are going. Give yourself like 3 or 4 trades where you think, okay, price is probably going to come up to here. If you see price react to that level that you've told yourself it would, give yourself a pat on the back. You did good analysis. Be ready to take a trade the next time. But just yeah, don't trade when you're in a bad streak, unless you kind of really know what you're doing. Just a little break is good for you. And so, sorry, Pop. This wasn't. 61,640, the level I'm looking at. Today at 1:41 p.m. Hold on. All right, you just tagged me in something. Again, this isn't. I don't get how you could be in a long at 61,640. You don't get it. Anyway, never mind. Uh, Rob, you got hit with this flash. No, I didn't get hit with this flash crash. I did really well. I was just saying I know some people did. So I'm just, yeah. I always feel really bad when people did get hit by the flash crash in it. It's a very unfortunate thing, but I'm just, I'm a bit. Uh, I'll do this in the DMs, but if you were in a long up to that level, we hit that level. Should have taken profit, right? And put your. How could you? How could you have been? I don't know how you could have lost. Um. Anyway, swing failure pattern of the highs. I'm not. I'm not quite sure. Not yet. This is just you'd expect to retrace like this. Okay, we're coming back in to test some levels. We're getting a move up. So yeah, certainly not really looking like that at this stage yet. Probably a bit early. This has probably caught some short positions in here. So again, this is being defended. You've got short positions within this area. You would expect this level to be defended. If we start to fall back down, then yeah, we could see this coming lower. But that's too recent. Not really a swing failure pattern for me. Too recent. This one was okay. We did have that earlier. We got the move down. But this is only a few hours ago, so too recent for me to really be doing another swing failure pattern of something that's only just happened within the last couple of hours. And we have no range here. So, well, I guess we do. We've taken the lows, we've taken the highs. So you have done that. And I did say, actually, yeah, maybe. Because as soon as we did come up here and we saw it hit the point of control, so it has hit the point of control, the 786. Okay, so this is the move that we've had right now. Is okay. That's obviously moved. Yeah, we checked that earlier. So we did come into the point of control. We did also have from high to low. 786 to 83. Okay, so we've got that level. We're now back testing the new point of control perfectly. And what we also have below us. So again, there's so many levels. You could scalp the shit out of this and do really well. 786, high volume node. New point of control, bounced off of that. Okay, weekly open just below it. That gave you confluence for this. And then if we do come down lower, we have our session point VWAP, which at this stage is coming in at the 0.5 here. And we could see this start to curve up. So yeah, I don't think it's a swing failure pattern. I don't really think we're looking at range lows again. We're still, it's just one of those big old whipsaws that wrecks everyone. And then we continue in whichever direction the market wants to continue in. Rob, you got hit for 23k. Yeah. I need, I need to be a bit more sensitive because I know that when these moves happen, that most of the people that are watching them are probably shell shocked because they've just lost a lot of money, and I'm here thinking it's hilarious. Um, but I guess that's the thing. Like, you get to the point. Eventually, you'll be at the point that I'm at, where you just think things like this are amazing. and really interesting, and you can make money from them and not lose money, because there is no chance in a million years I could ever get hurt from a move like this. It's absolutely impossible. Yeah, I could lose a little bit of money. I could lose a couple of percent of my account if I had a badly placed stop loss, but that's the thing, that's risk management for you. And yeah, the only time I've ever been, or the last time I was really hurt on a trade was COVID crash. And then the last time I bought a bad dip was 42k, which I had to hold for quite a while. um, but luckily it was all on negative funding. So I did buy 42k. I was holding that for quite a while, like a good couple of months. Um, there's one of like many accounts. Okay, yeah. Rob went to the restroom for 1 second, literally 1 second. Yeah, I can imagine. I didn't know, I wasn't aware at all that any of this happened, but it is just insane. It's like you grind down into weekly open. Just the way it happened is ridiculous. It's like, okay, we test weekly open, we take out stops below. We now know that any stop losses are there. There's a lack of liquidity below it, and you can just, what was it, 70 million on just a couple of like every exchange. Yeah, there's no way you could have got in or out of that trade. So yeah, I understand. Like flash crashes are nasty, really really nasty for some people. Cool. Let's see how this ends up. We're coming down again. Don't get caught up again. I hope no one's in a long position, because we're now seeing this again. This is what we thought we'll settle at 60,100. That's where I think we'll end up settling here. And then we can maybe either do this or do this. I might call it a night in a minute. I think I've had enough fun on this stream. I've taken a look at some alts. It doesn't look like ETH's going to get its all-time high. Um, I would ask you, Rob, what your trade was. Why were you in a long position at highs? Unless it was like this dip. Okay, yeah, you could have been in a long. You could have taken a scalp long from this and been expecting that. I'd imagine that's probably what you took, right? I really hope it was, because that's probably the only thing I would see. You take a scalp long from it taking out these lows. You would be then expecting, okay, you have the move up. Everything looks okay at this point. You're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go to the toilet. Or, okay, cool, it's back testing the weekly open. It's going to bounce. I don't know. It's one of those crazy things. Okay. Yeah. Where was the level on my chart? Because again, I had a, let me just take a look at this. Because we did the trading room today. Oops. I'm trying to just find the part from the trading room that we were looking at. Do the recap at the end. There we go.
Stop loss break even. I'm somewhere in this wick.
Yeah, so that was the trade I was looking at earlier. So that was when we were doing the trading room. But that was to take out these lows. And so that wouldn't have been this wick. Okay. I just wanted to check that. I wasn't sure if it was anyone that had got... Like, there would have been no even opportunity to buy that. It's impossible. The market. It is the market. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, shit. DXY is at the 5 after having this shark pattern play out. So, hi TJ as well. I'm just gonna point this out. So this is DXY. We do have... To be honest, you could take that all the way down here. 886. But we have hit the 0.5. So this is a possible reversal of that. Cool. Right. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry. Well, I'm not going to apologize because that's part of trading. Okay, this is part of life. You've got to get used to it. So if you have made a loss today, then I feel for you, but that's life. It happens to all of us. Well, it has happened to all of us. So I'm going to wrap it up there, and I will catch everyone again tomorrow night because we will do another stream tomorrow night. Yeah, that's everything. Cool. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.